Good morning. Thanks for joining us for the News 12 FastCast. I'm Nick Proto. 7:30 here on our Friday, May 2nd. We've got some good news to start your day. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office says Deputy Gavin White has been released from the hospital. He was shot in the face almost a week ago when he and Deputy Brandon Sykes tried to issue a protective order. The Sheriff's Office wanted to also say thank you to all of you for your prayers and well wishes. Now, this week has been about showing support for the deputies' families. Deputy White's father posted on Facebook their family isn't the type to ask for much. When people start reaching out, he says if you really want to donate anything, bring it to the Tint Shop on East Robinson Avenue between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. And we're learning more about Deputy Sykes. He died during that shooting by the suspect, James Montgomery. The Columbia County Sheriff says Sykes was part of their crime suppression unit and leaves behind a widow who also works for the Sheriff's Office. His obituary says before starting his career in law enforcement, he served as a U.S. Army combat medic. Local businesses and neighbors are still finding ways to help these families. Pelican Snowballs is donating proceeds to Deputy White's family. Christie's Coffee Co. and Reeves Realty are teaming up for a fundraiser. A portion of those sales will go to both families today. You can shop at the Harlem store for that, Christie's Coffee. Plus, there's a meal train for Deputy Sykes' family. We have the link to that on our website, WRDW.com. Just search Support the Families and click the first article in that list. You'll also find more fundraising initiatives. Remember, Deputy Sykes' funeral is Monday at noon. And before that, there's going to be a procession where you can line the streets to pay your respects. That starts at 11:20 Monday morning on Petite Funeral Home. That's on Davis Road. That procession will drive on Washington Road, Ronald Reagan Drive, Evans Town Center Boulevard, and Main Street. It ends at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center. We'll be there, and you'll need to plan for any type of delay on the roads that morning once the procession starts. The job of a hospice worker is tough, and the woman who recorded the moment she says she was attacked on the way to a home is now speaking out. Jasmine Thomas says she's passionate about her job and doesn't want the attack to take that away. Officers found her on Belle Reeve Drive Monday with a swollen face. She told them when she turned onto the street, she passed John Rosso, saying she saw him get in his own car and catch up to her after she parked outside her patient's house. She says he came up to her window and was beating on it so hard she thought it was going to break. She recorded the rest of that encounter.
Open the door.
Don't come banging on my window. Do not.
Shut up.
You can see after she rolled down her window, the confrontation escalated. She says the man tried to pull her door open and pushed it back. Then her phone kind of moves along there, and that's when she crawled over to the console to get out the other side of the window. The man, she says, came back around. Thomas says he continued to hit her in the face. She says she's thankful for the homeowners who stepped in to protect her.
Thank God for Josh and Meredith. You know, they can say all day long they're not going to make it about them. It's about us, because had they wouldn't have been here, no telling how far it would have escalated, you know.
Data from the American Nurses Association and National Nurses United shows violence against those in healthcare is not uncommon. National Nurses United put in its 2023 report just over 80% of nurses reported experiencing violence, ranging from threats to physical abuse. And the American Nurses Association said 1 in 4 nurses reported being assaulted. Right now, bond is set for Rosso at more than $1,000. Another update from the Orangeburg County deputies as they work to solve a deadly shooting. All 5 suspects were wanted in connection to a deadly shooting are now all in jail. Titus Banton Jr., Tynes Banton, Daquan Milhouse-Kiet, Nathaniel Roberts, and Shadid Smith. All of them face different charges in connection to the death of Samson Green. He was shot and killed at a motel Easter weekend. We've got a safety alert for you in parts of Aiken County. A boil water advisory is in effect from the Beach Island Water District. Leaders say it's because of a line break and repairs. It's for those on Pine Log Road from Glenwood Drive to Hillman Street, Oxford Place, and Keys Dairy Road. Right now, the Water District says there's no confirmed contamination in the system. They say to boil water for a minute before you cook, make ice, or drink. More than 2 million pressure cookers are being recalled because they pose a burn risk. There have been more than 100 reports of burns and more than 24 lawsuits filed. The lid on the Shark Ninja food multi-function pressure cooker opens during use. They were sold nationwide at Walmart, Costco, Sam's Club, Amazon, Target stores, and online from January 2019 through March of this year. You should stop using the pressure cooking function immediately and contact Shark Ninja for a replacement lid. As we get closer to the summer months, state agencies want to remind you, do not leave your kids or pets in cars. Georgia's Department of Early Care and Learning and several other agencies launched the Look Again campaign this week. The goal is to prevent child deaths from hot cars. The The summer heat is dangerous for kids. Officials say kids' bodies heat up 3 to 5 times faster than adults. They add everyone must make sure their kids are out of the car, whether you're the parent, a caregiver, or a bystander.
If you see a small child in a parked vehicle, please call 911 immediately. And if you see the child in distress, the law gives you the authority to enter that vehicle.
So you heard him there. Call 911, and if you see a kid in distress, you can enter that car. Authorities recommend leaving a purse, wallet, or phone in the back seat in case you need to remind yourself a way to check. We've got a couple events happening today and into the weekend. First up, the Foodies Food and Culture Festival. It'll be in Aiken this weekend. The plans to open today from 1 to 9 and tomorrow from 11 to 9. Sunday, it'll be 11 to 7. Admission is free, and make sure to bring plenty of money, though, for food trucks and vendors. And in Augusta, the Greek Festival is back for the spring. You'll find the food at the Holy Trinity Orthodox Church. Their hours are 11 to 9 today and tomorrow, and 11 to 6 on Sunday. Those outdoor events, though, may be a little bit in jeopardy this weekend. For that, let's send it over to First Alert meteorologist Emily Acton.
Yeah, Nick, we are tracking that chance for strong to severe storms for the second half of your Saturday. That's why we've issued that first alert for all of our counties here in the CSRA. Straight line winds and hail. Those are going to be the two main concerns as we go throughout the afternoon and evening for us. So again, just make sure you're staying up to date on the forecast as you go throughout your day tomorrow. Today, an isolated shower or thunderstorm possible, but right around 87 for that average high temperature. So we're going to see the sun at times. Again, that's going to help us warm up. About a 30% chance of those pop-up showers and thunderstorms for our area. But overall, a pretty decent start to our weekend. Just make sure you are staying weather aware as you go throughout your Saturday.